Welcome to episode 7 of the Sons of Bananas podcast. This has been quite a fun week for some people. I've had a positive week. Some of us have pretty negative weeks, so it's been a week. So let's go ahead and get into who's here today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Sons of Bananas. I'm Blake.
I'm Frozen and Grim.
Your name is Elsa, then, I think?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a warm loan.
That was
sounds
creepy.
weird for some reason. I'm Ray. I'm below the creepy man, apparently.
I'm too fresh.
And as always, I'm Trace. Well, I'm missing Abe here. I don't know if he's gonna hop in.
He's saying some things.
Okay. Oh, okay. I just saw it now. Well, that was a little delayed.
We're
But,
probably gonna have Abe a little later.
Yeah. But we can go ahead. I think he might know about a few of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and we can go ahead with Grim. I know you said you're a little frozen. So how's your week been?
It's been amazing.
Would you want to give us your rundown of your daily life?
So starting, what was it, Monday at 2 a.m. We lost power. We didn't get power for 40 plus hours. Or we didn't get power back for 40 plus hours. It dropped, I think the lowest was like 10 degrees. That feels like, I think, barely got to 1 degree. So it got pretty cold inside.
And that was like inside your house?
Yeah. Inside, I think the lowest it got was 50 degrees.
Okay. That's still, still super cold for Texas of all places.
Yeah.
So
We
did
did
you
get.
have to go and walk every day? Or was that just canceled?
No, it got canceled. Today was the first day I actually went back to work, and that was even like late because we still had freezing and ice on the roads and stuff in the morning.
How's your fiance done with all this?
It was very cold. She's actually still not going back to work yet. They had a pipe burst in their office is a house basically, and they had a pipe burst in the garage where they store a lot of their files and stuff.
Oh, that's Do they know how much has been lost or?
She hasn't said.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the same thing everywhere. A lot of pipe bursting. From what I understand, the rolling blackouts are done. I think there's still people out without power from the damage to the poles and stuff. Actually, I'm gonna look.
What exactly is a rolling blackout for those who don't know?
Where they purposely cut your power. They do it for a certain amount of time and allow other areas to have power, and then they just kind of rotate it.
Okay, so it's just more like just so we have some power, but we give everyone power, but we just kind of
Well, shoot, apparently we barely had any power. It got to the point to
Basically,
where
it's a city block, like they take city blocks, and then they
For
turn
the
that
state of
section
Texas,
off.
it's probably like fucking counties. It's a giant state.
oh no,
Usually, like you hear about those in like cities like New York where they have high intensity.
Or
people.
Phoenix. Like
So-
they brown out in Phoenix.
they tried to do the rolling blackout. It did not last long. That's when the whole crash happened. At that point, barely the hospitals, anything like in the grid for the hospitals were lit up. But otherwise, everyone was out. Which right now there's
that's-
still many people.
I'll be honest, I have no words. Like it's such an awful thing that happened in Texas. Now, was it the whole statewide, or was that just like in certain areas?
Right, what would you say? 97% of the state?
Yeah, most of the states on that one grid.
So
Oh,
that I know El
Pep-
Paso and a couple other cities on the edge of Texas are on the actual U.S.
If you want to know
grids.
which ones, you can look up the the grid, the power grids of the U.S. There's east, west, and Texas. And part
Oh.
of Texas is either in west or east. I don't know which one it is.
okay.
I imagine there's
hmm.
parts that are kind of touching both on the edges there that are barely in the other ones. So
Alright, so looking at this map of okay, it doesn't tell me cities, but a lot of the northern panhandle, the like left tip where El Paso is, and the top and bottom of the right side where they touch Arkansas and Louisiana are on the different grids, but the rest of Texas is all on the same grid.
Okay, so just like basically the top most postal. Okay. I didn't even know El Paso was up though. I've never heard of anyone say the Panhandle of Texas.
Well,
I'm just used to saying the Panhandle of Florida. But yeah, that sucks. And we were prepping just in case because my mom found out from some coworkers to make sure the pipes don't freeze and burst. It's supposed to drip water out. It's just the tiniest little drips, and we never knew that because that's never been a thing in Florida.
and I'll tell you a secret that I learned a long time ago. Mix of hot and cold. Don't just do just cold because your hot lines will freeze just as easily as your cold.
Very
Okay.
true.
That's
especially
something
if you don't have
learn.
power.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
that
we've
little
never,
drip, you got to mix them. Yeah,
we've never had to do it, so
I
we've
read
been
something.
prepping in case.
A plumber told me something somewhere that the reason hot lines tend to freeze quicker than cold is something about the exchange of heat and cold or something. It makes it do faster. I don't know why.
Mhm. Yeah, hot water actually cools off. Like if you do ice cubes in the freezer, they will get cold quicker, but it will also damage your freezer because it brings the temperature up in the freezer.
Right now we're still under boil water notice, and water pressure is not normal. Oh, and it's brown and orange, or it's more orange than brown.
If I say where you're at, it's probably mostly orange, depending on your soil. Basically, what you're getting is straight from the lake or river.
I think we get our water from Lake Houston.
Yeah, everybody gets it from either a lake or a river generally.
Oh yeah, but yeah. So it's been a fun week.
Yeah, I'm. I want to say I'm glad I didn't come over here, but yeah, that's awful. We haven't gotten anything over here in Georgia. I'm not sure how you guys are doing in Alabama, but it's not.
But
It's been
it just
cold,
barely,
but
yeah, it just barely passed. From what I understand, Mississippi got it pretty good, but yeah, it kind of missed us slightly.
we're almost gonna have black ice warnings, but we haven't had that yet, or at least I haven't heard it about it because my dad drives at night, so we're making sure he's well aware of it.
Well,
But
I'm probably
nothing
not
yet.
gonna be able to. I'll have to wait till the sun comes up before I go to work tomorrow. I can actually see the road.
But do you normally have to go in like before sunup?
I leave 6 a.m. and sun comes up around 7ish. It's coming up like over the horizon when I'm at work. So
What about does your work? I hope your work's okay with that.
yeah.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah, my boss is very lenient for things like this.
Well,
All you guys with your fixed times going to work.
It's nice.
I'm going to disappear for a moment. I'll be back.
He went to work.
yeah.
He's on a train right now.
Yeah. Speaking about
He's playing his game. He's playing Stardew from a train. I imagine you could. This is the game you could do that. Almost could do that.
I'd say yeah. I'd say Stardew's probably pretty good when it comes to that.
Disclaimer: he's not.
On the Twitch. Not the Switch. I said Twitch. I meant to say Switch.
Yeah. Very good, Ray.
Give up.
Well, maybe let's move on to something a little more positive. I don't want it to dwell too much on that. But one thing really cool is the Mortal Kombat and Justice League trailers dropped this week as well. Technically, Mortal Kombat dropped today. Justice League was like 2-3 days ago. I think I can't remember. But those are pretty cool. Not gonna lie. They will. Which one do you guys want to talk about first?
I haven't seen the Mortal Kombat trailer yet.
Okay, so just Justice League then.
I heard.
We
I
can
haven't
talk
watched
about the
it.
Mortal Kombat trailer. I'll still watch it after this. I meant to watch it before we started, but I didn't.
Might as well just watch it right now. It's
Yeah.
a minute and a half. It's a minute and a half while we talk about it.
Well, we can talk about the Justice League.
First
one
off,
while
the
he's-
question I have is the song involved.
I didn't hear it, but I'm sure it's going to be some.
It's gotta be. That's like the best.
It's usually it's gonna be done either during the movie or like in credits.
at the beginning.
But like I can't watch it, so I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So from what I heard, it is very, I guess, R-rated.
Which one are we talking about? Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay. Yes, well, that's what Mortal Kombat is a R-rated series.
Well, it's not like trying to hide anything or trying to. What's the word?
Have any of you played the recent games? I'm gonna take that as a no. So,
I've never played any of the games, so
the games don't show me at all.
What?
Excuse me?
you did just leave the game.
I don't know what's going on.
I hold on like speak like a sentence in like a second. Like I think it pauses audio and then spread it up. Yeah, but Mortal Kombat games have never really tried to hide anything. At least the last 2 to 3 haven't. They've been pretty gruesome. Not gonna lie. It's actually I don't want to say that's the thing that keeps me away from playing them, but it almost does. It's a bit much, but I think in movie form it's gonna be much better. Especially with how I
We
think
lost someone.
with how the movie's gonna handle it. And watching the trailer, it looks pretty good. I know Ray's watching it right now.
Yeah,
One
I'm
did,
watching
and he's gone for a second. I will say I am happy that at least I'm seeing some characters that weren't in the OG movie that actually look like they're gonna be introduced. So that's cool. Like let's see, they talked about Kung Lao, but they never showed him. I think in the original movie, but they have Kung Lao now. But it's the young Kung Lao, the successor. Didn't you know who Kung Lao is, or?
No.
Okay. In the Mortal Kombat, like they have like the whole tournament, like every so often. I can't remember. It's like 80 something years or whatever. And Kung Lao was like the last one from like Ultra and whatever. And and it gets passed down between like the Shaolin monks, because he's the guy who wore like the hat with a blade.
I don't follow anything from them, so I have no idea.
But he's a cool character. Yeah, his younger pulse. I mean, his the predecessor is in the recent Mortal Kombat games. So it's good seeing him in movie form. And I think I saw a reptile real quick. It looks like they're making reptile more like actual reptilian instead of just a ninja. Which reptile's always been pretty cool. And then it looks like Scorpion's like more samurai now than ninja.
Well, I
He's
like
made-
that he doesn't have some weird creature coming in his hand. It's like a knife on a chain thing instead of a weird thing.
Oh yeah, it's like it always reminded me of like a worm coming out of his hand, but
Yeah.
it's like a chain mouth or whatever.
Yeah, I like that it's a chain and a dagger now. It seems more.
I
Fitting.
mean, it's always how it's been in the game. For whatever reason,
Yeah.
in that movie, they were like, "Yeah, let's just make it a fucking creature." That's cool. But yeah, like he looks like, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it has to be Scorpion. I mean, there's literally no reason if. That's
Well,
just
he
some
says the
random
line
character.
in the trailer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that definitely is him.
We've lost Lone for a little while.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back. We're talking about the Mortal Kombat and Justice League trailers.
And since I just have to interrupt really quick, is I put down chest over there. I'm too lazy to type. I'm just gonna say there's chest by our house.
Okay,
Jeez.
Blake put chest down over.
Have you seen the
I
trailer?
put one by the farm.
Have you seen the trailer, Blake?
No, I haven't, but I am definitely gonna have to watch them. Both trailers. I'm a little behind on that sort of stuff at the moment, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Since I don't know how much you've seen of both, but Justice League 1. My friend hyped up the this one coming out about a year ago. Well, yeah, well, 9 months ago, because we went to a amusement park, and he was talking about it on our drive up though.
I'm sorry, maybe we just say, what the heck is Lone talking about?
I'm no idea.
He's talking about the military base next to him.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I just saw that, I'm like, what the heck? Sorry for interrupting, I just saw that,
fine.
thought I had to say that.
So basically what I've heard is they've already this is stuff that they shot when they were making the original Justice League, and it's just a huge re-edit of it all, and it was complete scenes, reshots of stuff. So it'd be interesting. I don't know how much it's going to save the actual movie, because the movie itself was just
I don't know. It looked like it had dark side and stuff like that in it, which is a good change.
yeah, which is really weird how they.
Well, they kind of mention him in the original. If you get that, there is a mention of he mentions dark side or something.
Yeah,
or
well, they
somewhere
mention
like
him, but they never show him.
Yeah.
But then they suddenly they shot it, decided not to run
Yeah,
it in the first one, that's the weird part for me.
Well, from what I understand, the reason Zack Snyder wanted to do this is because he had a family emergency at the end of that one, so he didn't get a lot of say in the cut of the last one.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of the last scenes maybe too he was out of the loop for. Because yeah, he really wanted to do this to justify. I mean, it seems like it's on the cusp of being as far as superhero movies, it's decent. It's right on the cusp of being really good. But yeah, it was on the cusp and stayed on the cusp. I don't know.
The problem I had with the first one is I don't really like any of the adaptations they've had of any of the characters, other than maybe I think Superman. I forget the actor's name. Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
I think he actually does it. He's probably the most interesting Superman. Actually, for some reason, 'cause I think Superman's super bland as a character.
Yeah, because he's unlimited power and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He also is impossible to make video games for.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying
Similar reason.
Cavill actually was okay, Superman doesn't seem like that, lame of a character. I still think he is, but I think Cavill had the best adaptation of a character. But I'm not super hype on it. I don't know. I don't feel like I can.
Well, I think most of the characters that brought in there were meh. Aquaman, meh. Cyborg, meh. I kind of like the Flash character, but that's a carryover from
Well, the problem with that is they have a really good Flash character, but he's locked up in the CW stuff. And after
I wonder how long that is.
I can't remember. I think it's still going on.
Are they
Maybe
still
it
going
ended.
on?
Well,
I don't know.
okay,
I watch it
I'm
on
just wondering
Netflix
how
now,
long
so
they have the rights to him and that character and
let's
all
put
that.
it this way: they've been making other DC stuff since then. I'm not sure if they stopped the Green Arrow and Flash, but because those were the first two.
Green Arrow has ended.
Okay, because I know Green Arrow has ended. I don't know if Flash has.
I didn't hate the Flash character. I mean, I thought he was decent.
I thought he was
didn't have much
okay.
time to build him up.
I just like the original guy who did the Flash on CW.
And I like Wonder Woman. I know you're not a big fan, but I like Wonder Woman's character. I think she has, because of her ancient roots and all that kind of stuff, has a lot of history that's interesting. And she's not unlimited power like Superman.
Oh, I don't like. Okay, I just don't like Gal Gadot. I just didn't kill. I mean, Wonder Woman is just I don't dislike her as much as I dislike Superman. I just don't think her was super interesting for me.
I think they made it a lot more interesting than like if you ever watch the old shows or some of the old comics where she's just a ditzy woman that just hangs around. That's nice.
Yeah. Oh, I want her to like use her whip more and be like more like.
The lasso.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's lasso. Sorry. No, lasso truth. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot.
That
She
sounds
said
very
whip, and I was like, boy,
interesting.
you're putting stuff in her hands there, aren't you?
Then he just
No,
wants
I
it
mean,
to
I'm
be
not
used
gonna
more.
disagree with you or anything, but geez.
A whole projectile that she carries in her hand. Okay.
Yeah, I think that Wonder Woman should use that more, and she did use it more in
I-
the most recent movie.
yeah,
The most recent movie wasn't so god awful.
I just like that, like powerful, but I just don't like whole character other than that. I just think that's a pretty cool, like, superhero thing.
Honestly, the Wonder
Um,
Woman movies is probably, in my opinion, the best DC movies that they've had.
Yeah,
Well, do you mean this DC or do you mean like?
I'm talking about like,
no, like
the-
this iteration.
yeah,
Okay.
I think he means this iteration. We're not
I
talking about
haven't-
Dark Knight and stuff like that now.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen them, so I can't like for sure say my opinion.
The
But
first
they,
one is much better than the second one for
they
sure.
just don't.
I have not actually seen
They
the
just-
second one, so
They just don't make me want to go watch them. Like those other movies, I'd rather go watch than those.
I don't know. The first one's so good.
I mean, I might.
I've only seen the first one too. I didn't know they made a second one. To be
The
truthful.
first one shows that she's human. Well, I guess she is sort of human.
Well, she's
So-
a. Wasn't she like half god? Isn't that?
Yeah,
She
she's
was
basically-
created-
when Zeus was dying. He basically put all his power into her, all his remaining power.
Because I'm pretty
With
sure
and
like,
her mom is an Amazon. No, she's not human, because the Amazons are not human.
Yeah,
well, I was about to say I don't know how you classify because I thought Amazons are just
I-
superhumans.
I thought they made
Yeah,
her
they're
out
kind
of
of-
clay or something like that.
I thought like the pole of
They
them
made
was,
the
like,
Amazons out of clay, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
Yeah,
Well, I-
Zeus made the Amazons were like Amazons and Aquaman's race, which are mermen.
No.
They're all separate
yeah.
races. Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I just thought Amazons were just like super like
So
strong
she's
humans.
not
that
human,
have, like, a
but
oath.
they share a lot of the similar. It seems like they do have weakness. They can die. At least Amazons can, and I assume she can. You know, even though she's not, because I don't think she's fully a god.
Yeah, I just think she's just like a super strong and like again, it's like a super.
And I kind of like how they do the
Human-like
god
being.
thing, where it seems like the gods, which makes sense in all the books I've read, says that they lose power. The more believers they have that don't believe in them anymore, the less powerful they are.
Well, again, that's like more. That's going into theology of like
Yeah.
God can only be so powerful as is how many
It's
people believe him
belief-based,
and they're
yeah.
strong.
That's the Iron Druid book I've been reading. Talks about that. But yeah, that seems interesting. They tied that in, so that's why the
Which is
gods
also
disappeared.
might be a D&D thing, but you know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's before either
D-
one of those. If we're both,
I know.
honest.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like D&D also takes that
Yeah.
route, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Affleck's Batman isn't terrible, it's just not great.
I think it's a
The
different
Cyborg-
take. I think it's a older, more jaded, kind of broken Batman. You know.
See, I mean, I like that more than how they're gonna be doing it with Robert Pattinson. So
Yeah, yeah.
I
I think I
don't-
would
I don't
like
like-
him. Yeah, I like that kind of Batman.
now the cyborg actor, I don't mind. They just how they do CGI cyborg sucks.
Are they
Yes.
going to do a movie for him?
I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
I think after Aquaman, they're really questioning their movies. And
I
then
thought
the
they were doing a
last,
Flash movie.
They are doing a Flash movie, and I do
Right.
believe they're doing a Cyborg movie eventually.
well, you know, Cyborg. He also shows up in
Teen
the
Titans.
DC show. No, the live action show that had the robot
Legends.
in it and stuff.
Oh, that's the Legends of Tomorrow, whatever. That's something else.
No, he
what
doesn't
was
show
it
up in that
called?
one
It
either.
used to be on the DC streaming service. What's it called?
Teen Titans?
Alone? No, it's live action.
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol, yeah. Remember, he shows up in Doom Patrol. I don't think it's the same actor, but Cyborg does show up in Doom Patrol.
I haven't seen that.
And then they talk about his backstory then, which is slightly different than the one you see in the movie. But
mean,
like,
Yeah.
supposedly he's tied to the same, and it's I don't know. It's real hard to follow.
Well.
It would be nice
Cyborg
if they actually
is-
did continuity.
Yeah, that would be the
Continuity.
thing that would be nice for DC. Just not to have like 12 different things going on, different paths, and you're like, who's what, where?
I mean,
I think that's why Zach is kind of like this is how I'm doing it. I'm taking control of it.
And I'll
That's
be honest.
like
I am
the
posting someone-
CW shows are better at that than damn movies are.
I'm more of someone who's like a purist when it comes to. I think most of these stuff should keep to source content.
As much as possible, there's certain things in comic books that cannot be moved into movies, no matter how much we like it to be.
Yeah, but like Cyborg's like whole deal is his I can't remember, his dad was doing doing some science stuff or whatever. I can't remember exactly how it happened, but
They sort of got into that in Justice League, didn't they?
yeah, that's we're gonna go in more in detail on that.
Well, see, in Doom Patrol, they talk about that it was like a lab experiment with his mom, and it's because he caused an explosion that ended up hurting him and killing his mother. So he's got demons there, which I kind of like that story, to be honest. It seems more interesting, but
Yeah, what I'm saying, I just hope they do a little bit more into that. But
Yeah.
But what do you think of Mortal Kombat, Ray? Did you?
it looks.
watch it?
I watched it. It looks good as far as I can see. I don't know. It's really hard to tell with trailers now. Either they tell too much or they don't tell enough. I think.
Oh, yeah, Alone Your Back. How did you feel about it?
I loved it. I mean, I love the old ones too. I mean, yes, they started to get really bad, but
Yes.
um,
But it was the error too.
I was,
part of it.
I was asking the question of have you played any of the Mortal Kombat games when you had your internet go? Have you played any of the recent ones?
not the most recent one. What even are they on?
11.
PlayStation.
11.
They mostly are they on exclusive? Did they used to have an exclusive of PlayStation?
No.
Yeah, they used to be exclusive. I thought.
Really? No,
Yeah,
they've
I
been
thought
on
they were.
Xbox. No, they've been on Xbox because I've had friends who've had them. Like
I
I
thought they
literally
were
have a friend who
exclusive.
has it on.
I'm gonna have
No,
to look
because
it up.
Mortal Kombat and Injustice have all been on Xbox.
We might be talking about way back in the day.
Or if you maybe you're thinking of Killer Instinct, 'cause that was Xbox exclusive.
I never had Xbox, so it would have had to been.
Yeah, for all I know, it has not ever been exclusive. But I was saying, if you know of Kung Lao.
Oh yeah, I think it was actually 2011.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
So I was explaining Kung Lao character to everyone.
Oh,
Before
I know who
after
Kung
he
Lao is.
dropped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember Kung
We
Lao.
finally
The
see
hat.
young Kung Lao, so
Yeah.
it's pretty cool in my book. I like Kung
Isn't
Lao.
it a
Kung Lao.
bladed hat?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the rings. He had rings, didn't he too?
I think so. I mean, most of his moveset is just his hat.
I'm
Yeah,
interested
sure.
to hear Raiden's voice more. You can barely hear it in there. I don't know why, but like, what's his name? Played Raiden in the movie. His voice
Christopher-
always just
Christopher
whatever.
Lambert.
Yeah, his voice always just screams Raiden to me. Regardless of what he
Mhm.
looks. They
I've always
whitened it
liked-
up, but
I've always looked how he looks in game, and most of his in-game voices are really good.
I think a lot of his in-game voice is similar to the movie. It's that kind of raspy.
No, it's different.
Is it?
His in-game is like very deep and stoic. It's not raspy. But it looks good. It looks promising.
We'll see.
When is it? Does it come out this year or does it come out next year?
April.
April. Okay. Looks fun. I want to see one more thing, and I want to see Johnny. Johnny is my favorite character. So
Oh, Johnny Cage.
they didn't show Johnny. They showed Kano as part of the group. If they just cut Johnny out, I'm livid. He's like by far actually technically my favorite character is I think it's always going to be a game only character because they actually cut him from the latest games. But I'll see. But I was gonna save this for Abe, but I guess we can go ahead if you guys want to talk direct. I don't know if anyone saw it, but I know Blake said he wants me to catch him up on it. Has anyone seen any of it?
No.
No.
Alright. So I guess I will leave this one. So, big things. The one I think you guys will be excited for. Mario Golf is coming back. they're doing Mario Golf again.
Ooh.
Wow, one person was excited for that.
No, when I think golf, I'm sorry, it was Hot Shots.
Yeah,
That's the first
same.
thing comes to my head. Memories.
I've never played Mario Golf.
I've never
didn't
heard of
know.
Hot Shots.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Hot Shots was on Xbox, I think.
Yep. Then they made it for the Kinect also.
Alright, maybe another thing you guys might be excited for, probably not, is Zelda Skyward Sword HD.
I wouldn't mind it because I never played the original.
I hope the original was like a very, very hated game because of the sword mechanics.
Oh,
This-
wasn't
it
that on
was
the
a Wii.
Wii? Oh, yep. Yep, that's why I never played it.
Because you have to swing the remote and hold the nunchuck like a shield.
That sounds horrible.
But
Yes.
in the HD, they say you could play like that with the Joy-Cons or do the button controls. So we'll see how poorly this does.
That's probably gonna be the same as how horrible Skyrim on the Switch is. You can control like your sword and shield with the nunchucks. It's not intuitive at all.
They also had zero news on the new Zelda game. That's why they brought up the HD remake. They had zero news on that, so I feel like the postponing is gonna happen. Another big thing is Splatoon 3 is dropping in 2022.
Hmm.
They showed a trailer for that, which is
I
really
like
funny
that.
how Splatoon is getting more games than something like Mario Kart. Mario Kart has not gotten a new game in like 10 years. Well, Mario Kart 8 and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't count Deluxe as a new Mario Kart. So, my personal favorite is the new Smash Bros. Character was announced. It was Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade. Probably no one knows who those characters are.
I've heard of Xenoblade. I've tried playing it. I didn't get into it.
So the fun part about this is when Sakurai was announcing all of the new original characters coming about like 2 years ago for the new Smash Bros. Game, he stated that he wanted to add Rex from the same game into this, but it said due to restraints around timing and stuff and to make the kit, they had to scrap it, and instead they made him a Mii costume in the game. So the story about the game is he's the main character, and both Pyra and Mithra are like a sword in the game. And basically, how the game works is like when you like have basically the sword or whatever like weapon is connected to that person comes out and helps you fight, essentially. So they basically got rid of the main character and added the sword character, and just made them wield the sword instead. And I'm sure they kind of chose that. We haven't heard their explanation, but I'm sure he's gonna say because of they made him a Mii costume, they didn't want him to have to be that close to his costume, so they decided to just cut him out continually. Which I think is a really goofy thing. Is so basically that character got cucked because he has a Mii costume, and so they just made his sword characters just become the character instead. Which I think works out better, because I think Rex is kind of bland. But that's technically how that game functions, is he's the main character. But
You know, I think I'm thinking of a different game for the characters you're talking about.
those a few things that have like there's actually an anime that has something like this called Soul Calibur.
I was
Not Soul,
more
Soul Eater. Soul Eater. Soul Calibur is a video game.
Soul Eater is awesome, but I was more thinking of what's it called? There's already a character. He has all those different powers in that sword. They made it like 2 games or something.
I have no idea what you're talking about at the moment.
Starts with an X.
Means Xenoblade like just like Shulk?
I don't know. Yes, him. Yes.
Yes, it's Xenoblade 2. That's where these characters come from. Let's see. There was a new game which has the worst title I've ever heard from a game. However, this is a working title, so it's not like supposed to be the the
Has
official
it been
title.
finalized? Okay, cool.
Project Triangle Strategy.
What?
That is the working
Huh?
title we're
Is
doing.
it gotta make
It's-
triangles?
It's it's like Octopath Travel, but it's
Oh,
like an RPG. Though we know someone who's very excited for it. You can look
yeah,
at his Discord status.
yeah.
But though, so in the trail they just like a lot of the when they would talk about like system stuff, it would be a black screen with like white text on it, like standard like straight out of world like white text, and they will explain like the story behind the game of like why these nations are attacking, and they just had the word salt and iron and white text on a black background, and they left it up there for like 10 seconds while they were explaining it. So the wall that's going on in the game is called the Great Salt Iron Wall
Hmm.
because they're fighting over salt and iron. It literally is the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen. Like just like there's so much ways they could have presented it better, and then they just named it the Salt Iron Wall. It just this game feels it's so unfinished, but yet they're like displaying it and playing. Okay, here we go, here it is. We don't even have a title for this game yet. That just feels really bad.
Oh, they probably had a deadline and they didn't meet it, but they made them present it
Well,
anyways.
Well, yeah, but still, like, there's still much to work on it. But
Hmm.
let me think of some other ones. Oh, they showed some more No More Heroes 3. I haven't played the first two, but I really want to play the third one. They're really making that game very meme. Well, they're adding references to stuff like OPGs. They had like a little segment where he's like, doing Final Fantasy stuff. There's just other stuff you have to look in the trailer. There's really cool games coming out. I forget what it's called, but basically you're in heaven and you're a demon killer in heaven, and you have to go around killing them. But it's like I don't know what the best way of saying this, but like you're like constantly moving, and you're switching between weapons to like kill the demons. But your weapons are presented like codes, and they have limited uses, and so you have to go around the level and collect them, all while still like continuously moving around. It's really hard to explain, but I will show the I will leave the trailer down. But it looks pretty cool. It looks like a really cool game. I'm not sure if there's a specific way of saying this, like what genre that could be. But that's my favorite upcoming game, maybe. Those really shitty looking DC superhero game. That art style is ugly.
What? I mean, what type is it? Like a
It's
fighting game or?
no, it's called DC Superhero Girls or something like that. I mean, look, me. I'm actually gonna link the trailers because I'm on Nintendo's website looking down the direct. Let me just take a screenshot. It's just some like weird like alt style thing where it's like they're taking like female DC heroes, but then putting in this really ugly looking alt style. This is the wrong channel, but there you go. It's like some top-down like story game, whatever. I know, wrong channel. I know. I just said wrong channel.
I know.
What's the name of it? Lone More. DC Superhero Girls Teen Power. Here you go. I'll put it in the right one.
Okay.
Put it in general. There you go. It looks so terrible. I don't know how this game got made.
It looks very cartoony.
It's not going to sell well. I just I just don't know how they'll like. Yeah, that's
It
this
looks
game's
like
fun.
it's made for like 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at the gameplay just sucks. Like no 10-year-old wants it. Also, Neon White. That's the game I was talking about. That's the cool demon slaying game. I don't know how to explain it. Also, something you guys might be interested in. There's going to be a first-person Star Wars FPS.
Hmm.
This is battle as
Like-
bounty hunters, Imperial stormtroopers, in a fast squad-based multiplayer game. It's called Star Wars Hunters. No gameplay, no cinematic. It was just like them going through like a arena like hallway, and then they just like pan to like the title code. No gameplay, not even seeing any cinematics. It was just like announcing that it's coming. So we'll see how that does, but it's on the Switch, so it's probably not going to be great unless it's like made on other consoles. Ninja Gaiden is being those 3 games that are coming as one collection that are being remastered. So if you're a big Ninja Gaiden fan, that's cool. I think that's it all when it comes to anything that's actually noticeable. Because everything else is kind of lame. Well, in my opinion, like Fall Guys is coming to the Switch. Woohoo!
Oh boy.
Which I thought that game was already on the Switch because that feels like it's a Switch game.
I'm surprised that's still even like popular.
Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to tell you guys about the Mortal Kombat trailer. The article I saw was, why didn't we see Chun-Li in this trailer? And it really made me sad. Is the best word to explain it. Which I guess I don't know if anyone knows who Chun-Li is.
You like Mortal Kombat?
Chun-Li's from Street Fighter.
Yes.
Street Fighter, yeah.
yeah, Wolf. Get it right.
So, yeah, someone didn't want to Google who Chun-Li was. Just assumed that she was a part of Mortal Kombat, and it was like, why is she here? So I can't even believe that someone had the. No, actually, I can't believe that because those people that literally do no research, but they get the title as journalists. So, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it of Nintendo. I know it's probably not the most exciting one, especially because the new Zelda game literally had nothing, no details, nothing. Which I thought that was insane how they were like, yeah, we're not going to tell you about the most anticipated game we have. We're not going to give you even like snippet or talk about it. But it's been it was 560 days or something since the last direct for this one. So they've had 500 days, and I don't think we've gotten any details on that. But just good for me when it comes to the Smash and stuff like that. But another good thing is Australian slang, right, Blake?
Oh yeah,
Boy, here we go.
you guys are gonna have fun with this.
Oh.
So I'll explain. Go ahead and explain it while Blake gets it up. So Blake wants to have a special.
Giggity.
Blake, you didn't make me mad during introductions, but now you found a way. So in this week's installment of Blake's Aussie language challenge, instead of doing town names, he is going to read a story that uses Aussie slang, and we are going to have to translate it to the best knowledge. Are we gonna do it sentence by sentence, Blake? Or
We can do it however you want.
I mean, how long is your story? Is it a paragraph?
About a couple of paragraphs.
Okay, maybe you do it by like, you just tell us stop, and we like just go by lines or whatever.
Cool.
But yeah. So if you're going to go ahead, take it away.
All right. So I'm not going to give you any background for the story because it's probably going to make a little bit of sense as it goes along.
Well, yeah, I mean, we should we should know, right? We should be able to translate this.
Right. Cool.
Note context clues.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, was up at Sparrowfart this morning because I knew the boss was going to have us busier than a one-legged man in asking contest before we get done for the weekend. And sure enough, we were flat out like we were drinking all day. And it's Smoko. Davo gives us a bell and asks if we want to go to the Rissel for a snitty night after we knocked off. It's keen as, so I told him we'd meet him there.
Okay,
How we
so
go with that?
here, this is my one suggestion, Blake. Could you make it so we can actually like
Understand the words.
process it and not go as
And not just
fast?
keep.
And also,
Let's go.
that was quite a bit, but
You talk like you were auctioning off your own children.
Seriously?
Jesus.
That was
That was-
that was a
one-
normal sort of pace for an Aussie story.
okay, so you're busy with
All right.
Wolf.
So first sentence.
yes.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to read the whole thing, and then we'll go back and I'll go through paragraph.
Sure.
Go through first and second bits. Go break it down.
Yeah.
All right.
Down now.
So starting again. So I was up at Sparrowfart this morning because I knew the boss was going to have us busier than a one-legged man in the ass-kicking contest before we were done for the weekend. Sure enough, we were flat out like a blizzard drinking all day, and at Smoko, Davo gives us the bell and asks if we wanted to go down to the Rissel for Schnitty night after we knocked off. Keen as, so I told him I'd meet him there. Got there pretty early, picked up the Prime Posse in the tab to have a bit of a pun on the dish lickers before Davo got there. So we ended up having a good chinwag. I ended up having a good chinwag with an old digger who was telling me about his place out Whoop Whoop. And I reckon he was telling a few furfies about what it was worth, considering it was out the back of Burke. But old mate had the good oil at the Wenny Dogs because he knew one of the guys who had some runners going around that night. Shit you not, me and the digger couldn't miss. Had a pineapple on one of the roughies that got up and threw on a couple of trophies in the quaddie, nailed them all. When Davo got there, I was chilling out in the smoky, slapping away on the wangers. Figured it was my shout for the skewies since I was already up for the night. While we were waiting, hit a winner, spitting coins all over the shop. Figured after that it was tucker time, but the bistro was shockers and we were lined up for donkeys before we managed to order. Grub was good though, and by the time we were done, full as a fat girl's sock. Once we were done there, figured we should probably hit the frog, but stopped off to grab some takeaways from the bottle-o. Grabbed a few longies and a case of stubbies for the weekend. Jumped on the Curto for the ride home because we were 3/4 cut, and slipped the driver a lobby to stop off at the servo to pick up some durries because we were out. Pretty exy, but knew that would be the case, and we had bucklies that anything else would be open. Jumped into the fart sack, and the other half chucked a wobbly because I'd been out so long, but she settled down after I showed her how much I'd won, and then I crashed out hard. Woke up the next morning with an absolute screamer, so I sent the missus on a Macca's run. Couple of Panadols and a Barocca later, and everything was good as gold.
Is it just me or did the story get longer?
It totally got longer. A lot
That was the
longer.
whole story.
Okay, hold on.
I understood parts of that. Chinwag is talking.
Well, hold on. Just first off, Blake,
Uh-huh.
we need to get you started on a story time with Blake stream.
Did you fall asleep?
What?
What?
I said, did you fall asleep? Story time with Blake, that makes me think sleepy time.
Wow. Saying he's boring?
Wait, what?
No, that was not boring. I could only get every other word, I feel like.
Wait, why am I included on Storytime? Am I a good Storytime man or what?
Well, no, I wasn't saying. You do. I'm saying we need to get him started on.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought you were playing like I need to. I'm like, what? He was doing Storytime. But I want to say one word before we reset this, Blake. Mackey's is McDonald's, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Chinwag
knew
is
that.
talking.
I know that.
A pint
Because-
of beer.
Yep. We all picked
I
up
never
words
said a
from
pint.
this.
I never said a pint.
He said shorties is one of the ones he said.
I only know that, Blake, because I have a friend from Wales,
A screamer is either a hangover or a headache.
and we had a McDonald's next to our college,
Mac.
and she would always, anytime she would want to go, because she was one of the people that always wanted us to go there at some points, she would say, "Let's go to Mackey's." and she would always say, of course, say petrol when she needed to get gas. So
Right. So
Alright.
back to the
So you-
first. Back to the
Yeah.
first couple of sentences. All right.
yeah, just go by each sentence, go slow. Let's have a shot, and then we can move on.
All right. So, got up at Sparrowfart this morning because I knew the boss was going to have us busier than the one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest before we were done for the weekend.
Sunrise? Verify? Is that what
I have literally no clue what Sparrowfat is.
So say it again. I wasn't listening, if I'm honest.
So we got up at Sparrowfart this morning because I knew the boss was going to have us busier than the
Like,
one-legged
is that
man
like
in
the
an
ass
ass-kicking
crack of
contest.
dawn? Wait, do it. Look, do it half
Pretty
a sentence
much,
at a time
yeah.
here, Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, Ray has to have super slow words. It's just the Southern way.
Well, because then you added a bunch more shit at the end, and that was going to make me forget the first part.
Southern words are just drawn out because they take
Yeah.
forever to finish anything. Soul family.
So, got up at Sparrowfart this morning because I knew that the boss was going to have us busier than the one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
I mean, it's just super busy.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's just like a I forget the technical word, but it's not idiom. What is it? It's
The ass kicking contest?
yeah. What's the
That's
correct word? It's can't think of the
Figure
word.
of speech.
Yeah,
Figure of speech, there you go.
yeah. I got that part. I'm not sure what the originality. I mean, what is the how that came into existence? A one-legged man. But
Okay,
alright.
so Sparrowfart is basically crack of dawn.
Yep. And one-legged man. What does that exactly mean?
Busier than the one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
That's basically exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
have that one here.
yeah.
I've never heard that actually. I mean, I've heard of it, but I never heard of it in a conversation. Like no one's brought it up. Right. Next one.
You don't know any Australians besides Blake?
On personal, yes. This is my only actual Aussie friend. Yes.
So, sure enough, flat out like a lizard drinking all day. Then at Smoko, Davo gives us a bell and asks if we want to go to the Rissel for Schnitty night after we knock off.
So Lizard being laid out and super drunk, right? Well,
Flat out like a lizard drinking.
flat out like yeah. So just I mean, I think I can get the gist of that. So, could you go after that?
Alright, I am going to post for you all.
Oh, the actual script.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that'd be easy.
Mm-hmm.
You say that.
Yeah, seeing it is a little easier than having to like always ask you for it.
Like, move down.
No.
Fine. I'll give you
All right, open this up. File linkages and jingle at Smoko. Is Devo a name?
Yeah.
Okay, so I make sure he gives the bell and asks. Rissel, just bow. Is that yes or no?
Rissel is basically RSL, which is a Return Services League, which is kind of like a club which is associated with the RSL.
I have literally no idea how I'd ever get that.
Nah. Well, RSL, Rissel, RSL is basically you sort of say the abbreviation.
What does that stand for?
RSL, Return Services League.
Like, what is that?
It's kind of like a... it's hard to explain. Like,
Is it like a
you know
club?
how... Yeah, it's like a club.
Okay, so it'd be like is it like a super public club, or was it really
It is kind of, yeah.
okay? Shitty night, so just drinking, going out for a night of drinking before you guys finish. And getting knocked
Schnitty
off.
night. Schnitty night is chicken schnitzel. You guys ever had chicken schnitzel?
It's
No.
actually just shit. Okay, all right. I didn't know Aussies had a schnitzel. I mean, I know
So,
Roman
Well,
things.
what's
Schnitty
a-
night at the RSL is basically where they sell you a meal for like $10. You go down to the
Okay.
RSL. Chicken schnitzels are on special.
Oh,
Normally they're like $15. They'll sell them to you for 10.
okay. You want to take a pause here, or bot left?
Oh, yeah, might as well.
And I mean, also two left, but he didn't say anything.
We're just all having all. I blame Grimes.
Wow.
Ever since he's back, he's bringing you bad juju to the call.
That's just
So-
rude.
It's spreading to everyone's internet.
Prime Posse in the tab.
Hold on.
Sorry, not you. That's on my game. Sorry.
You know, fuck this bot.
You want to say fuck it and just keep on going, or
Yeah, I'll just have to pull it from Grims.
okay?
I can separate the audio file from the actual video. I just can't separate the individual voices and stuff.
I mean, that should be fun.
Did Discord die for anybody else?
No.
Oh, did you say that?
Yep, he's talking to us in the Stardew land.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
He must have caught a really big fish that ate him.
All right, I guess we can
He's
go ahead
Jonah.
and continue this and just probably just get the audio from groups. So let's see. Well, I got the free. Only picked up a Prime Posse, the tab.
The tab is a drink, isn't it? Isn't it a soda?
Yeah.
I thought it was just more like tab, as in like
Tab is
Or
photo
like
over
pull
here.
tab? Like a...
I didn't like a bowl tab, but.
I watered a rock.
I have no idea what a Prime Posse.
Alright.
It's an object.
Prime Posse in the tab is basically the best seat
Oh.
in the area where you actually go. The tab is basically, well, Tab is basically the leading betting company in Australia at the moment.
Okay.
You say bedding?
Betting.
Betting.
Betting with
So
a
like
T.
a pull tab.
No, like betting. Like horses.
Yeah, but like a pull tab.
No, like
No.
a betting tab, like a little
Like a
ticket
bookie.
you get.
Ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of tab. Yeah. There's such thing as a pull tab, but no, not like
And a bit of a punt on the dish locals before Dave got though.
Dish liquors alarms me. I'll just say that.
I feel like that. I feel like it's saying you gotta drink off of the bulk keep. But I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah. So, what is that? Punt.
So,
Dish.
some Prime Posse in the tab to have a bit of a punt. Means we're going to be doing some gambling.
Mm-hmm.
The dish lickers are the greyhounds. Because they still have greyhound racing down here.
Why do you call them dish? Oh, yeah.
Dogs.
Dogs. Great. And you don't have a good chinwag. Yeah, chinwag is talk. Old diggle. Just an old man.
Chinwag means taut. I know that one. I've heard that one. I think that might be
It's out
said
in
here.
Whoop Whoop is a town. Oh, yeah, right, Blake.
So,
Bar?
Whoop Whoop isn't actually a town. It's
What is it? What was the
It's
sentence?
a
again?
generalization.
Like, it's like the boonies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got that from context clues.
but I reckon he was telling a few filthies about what it was worth.
A few lies.
Yeah.
Filthy lies. That's rhyming slang. That's very similar to London rhyming slang.
Yeah, considering it was out the back of Bork.
Back of Burke is a similar sort of colloquialism as whoop whoop. So
But yeah, like out in the boonies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burke is a country town out in the west of New South Wales, and once you're out the back of Burke, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, okay. Okay. See, the capital is it mean to be capitalized?
Meant to be capitalized, yeah.
Okay. See, I thought Bork was more like a tome. But old mate had a good oil at Weddy because he knew one of the. Sorry, my got cut off. One of the guys who had some rentals going around that night. Well, I assume that's talking one of the guys who had some rentals going around. I knew that's referring back to the Greyhounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice
Well,
that
see,
you have so many different words for
That would
Greyhound.
yeah, that would go back to the dish. Now, had the gold oil means he had like the insight.
Yeah,
what?
basically was giving good tips.
Good tips. Okay. I shit you not, me and the the Diggle old man couldn't miss. Had a pineapple on a roughie that got him.
That confuses the shit out of me. Had a pineapple. Did you put a pineapple in a man's head?
Well, Ruffy is in Ruffian, right? Or
No, no.
okay.
No.
Okay, I'm lost in this one.
All right. So, any of you guys actually seen Australian money before?
No.
No.
Maybe a long time ago. Dad went to Australia for something, I think. But it's been a long
Let
time.
me find you some images. And then I will be able to explain this a little better for you.
Is it like is it people or is it plastic money?
It's all plastic money.
Okay. Okay, so it's plastic. I had a pineapple on a Ruffy that
So those images there are the current Australian banknotes.
Trying to see which one had looks like a pineapple. I feel like they had to play into it. Okay, I guess not. So, what does it mean?
So, a pineapple more refers to the color of the note.
Oh, so the 50.
So that sentence basically means bet $50 on a Ruffy, which is a dog at long odds,
Oh my god, yeah.
which got up.
Is that Queen Elizabeth on the 5 ball?
It is.
And then do trifees.
Trifectas.
Okay, and a quaddy.
Quadrella.
Quadrella.
Quadrella is basically picking the winners of 4 races in a row.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Nailed them all, yeah. Okay, that makes sense now. When you ever got there, I was chilling in the Smokies. Look at this photo got me. Slapping away on the Wingles. That... I have no idea what that can mean. But I love that toll. I mean, I love the sentence, slapping away on the Wingles. That's really good.
I figured
So,
you guys would like that one.
So, chilling in the Smokies, is that like smoke section?
Smoker
Oh.
section, yep.
Okay.
So-
Wangles being smokes and cigarettes.
Wangers are actually poker machines. Smokies is
Oh.
basically a combination of a couple of things, right? Because of the smoking laws in Australia, a lot of the smoking, you aren't allowed to smoke indoors at all.
Okay.
So, what a lot of clubs decided to do to keep all of the smokers in the gambling areas was to put all of the poker machines in outdoor undercover areas, which were often referred to as the smoking pokies. Poker machines, pokies.
Smoky
Sort of a
poke.
shortening.
Okay.
So the smokies was like the smoking area poker machines.
I didn't know I didn't know those were outside.
Most of the time they're in fully enclosed rooms, but they're louvered windows, so it basically just opens up and you're considered outside.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the wangers is basically just another name for the pokies.
That
I
makes
have no idea why, but
Probably because it has like those balls that come out on the side. Maybe it was just like a slot machine.
oh, who knows?
I
But
don't know.
you know, that's the basic of that, the basics of that sentence.
Okay. Figured out is my shout for the shoeies. Ah, I
Gooeyes.
yeah, shoeies.
Gooeyes. That's a hard C.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, here we go again with Australian English.
Gooeyes, as in schooners. A schooner is basically
A boat.
no, it is a boat, but down here it's a measure of a beer, sort of like halfway between a pint and I don't know what you'd call them, but a midi, which is basically a small beer.
Oh, okay.
So sort of like the normal size of a beer.
Okay. So when you figure out my shouts, like my tone, like I'm ready for a.
It
ready for-
basically means that I was going to be buying the beers because I'd had a couple of wins.
Okay. Oh, because I was already up for the night. Yeah, because you're already making money. Okay, got it. Then while waiting, hit a window that was spinning coins all over the shop. So you cashed out on the machine.
Yeah, so I basically hit like a minor jackpot on a machine,
Yeah. Spitting.
which won me a lot of money.
All right. Yeah, that
the-
one was
the-
self-explanatory.
Mhm.
That's how you were saying something.
No, that's about it.
Okay. So now I get to the halfway point. I figured it was taco time. Time to go to bed, or
Taco time is basically time for food.
oh, okay.
Tuck in.
Bisha was charcoal, so Bisha was full.
Yep.
We will line up for donkeys before we manage to order, so we had to wait for a while.
Donkeys
Yeah.
is a long time. Yeah.
Donkeys is basically
ears.
donkey gears, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I know that.
It's a
one.
lot of. There's a lot of similarities between. No offense, Blake. I see a lot of similarities between like London rhyming slang and
Yeah.
what is Australian kind of.
I mean,
cut
that's-
off everything.
There
Sure.
is a lot of that as well. Like
I mean-
a lot of that
mean-
Cockney rhyming slang is.
But
What's
they
the
all
only
kicked
mean?
out of London.
What? What'd you say?
They
What'd you
were
say? I
kicked
wasn't
out
listening.
of London. Sorry,
Cockney?
Blake, sorry.
Oh, Australia. Oh, wow. That you just.
I mean, originally, yes, Australia
Weren't we
was
basically
was
we
a
left?
colony. Well, they shipped a lot of
I think
prisoners.
none
yeah.
of us have room to talk because I think we were a colony. I mean, we weren't that type of colony, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure Grims is going to have a laugh at this, but Australia was basically a penal colony.
Hey, you
No
didn't get 'em.
faith in me.
I wasn't sure you were here.
Yeah, because we didn't hear you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
There we
Penal
go.
colony basically meaning like a prison colony.
Yeah. So that's what say when I, at least from my education, we were told that a lot of prisoners just got sent over. Instead of keeping them, they're like, okay, we can just send you to this.
Hey, that's
Wonderful.
why we
Did they
left
not
island
know how
full of
big
shit.
Australia was when they were dropping people off there? You think? Did they go, wow, this
They
place is
probably
actually
knew
huge.
that. They probably knew it was big, but they saw all the deadly things in like the desert, and they're like, yeah, fuck that.
Good luck, guys.
They
But
kinda
isn't it-
showed-
It was
So they were
multiple
new.
countries, wasn't it, that sent people over there?
I think mainly,
Mainly
England.
England to begin with. But I mean, if you want to get technical, the Dutch basically found Australia first, but didn't actually settle.
I don't blame them.
They wouldn't even touch it.
No. Okay. So I know New Zealand has a lot of the they have like a lot of people I can't think of the term. They have a lot of native
Pop-
people on New Zealand.
Oh,
Yeah, the Maori.
Yeah, so a lot of the a lot of the New Zealanders that came over that are now there today, a lot of them also came from Australia or came from other colonies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
again, New Zealand
That was
and
not a
Australia
yes or
are
no
very
question.
similar.
You just answered with a yes or no. I'd like to point that out.
I was just wondering if New Zealand had the same route of being founded, where it was just like they were just sort of shipping people over there.
Very similar, yeah.
Okay. Then if follows a fact or sock just saying they were stuffed.
What a statement.
What a good one. I'm gonna I might tell my dad, but I actually shouldn't because
He'll use it.
yeah. Once we were done, I figured we'd probably hit the frog like toilet.
They're gonna go punch a frog in the face.
I thought it was
So
a
this is
toilet.
this is again one of those Cockney roaming slangs. Frog and toad, hit the road.
Yeah.
But stopped up for grabbing
It's almost like
takeaways.
the English sent all their Cockney over to Australia. Saying, but like most Australians were Cockney.
Stop and take some takeaways, so just like some drinks to go.
Yep.
Grabbed a few longies. Uh,
Long neck beer.
Yep.
and then case of stubbies. Yeah, so just a
Cans. Or
Stubbies
short
are basically
bottles.
small bottles, yeah.
Okay.
we jumped the quota for a ride home. 'Cause we were-
Curdo.
Sorry,
Curdos.
cold. Okay.
That might give you an idea of the way of the word that it actually refers to.
I can't think of anything.
The Curdo is basically a courtesy bus which the club puts on to get people home if they've had a few too many.
Oh, okay.
It refers to a courtesy bus. That's what they
Quota
call it.
courtesy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I honestly should have gotten that one, but I mean that is smoke. Because because we will 3/4 cut, so like they will, like almost fully handled.
Yeah.
And slip the driver a lobby to stop off. Slip the driver a lobby.
That's a bill of some sort. One of their bills again.
Like a tip. Like well, okay, this is slip the
Slip
driver
in
a
20
lobby.
bucks to stop off.
Oh, okay. Wait, you have to pay them to stop? Or?
No, you don't have to, but that's usually it's
courtesy.
one of those things where they'll not normally normally it's okay, we'll stop we will drop you off at home.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would still do that if it was a courtesy bus, but yeah. So I was so able to pick up some Dories because we were out. Dories. I don't want to say
Durian
alcohol.
fruit.
I don't want to say alcohol because we already have a lot of alcohol terms in here, so I feel like this one's different.
Well, no offense, Blake, but we are talking about Australian, so I'm not going to say it's not alcohol. From what I understand,
No, I
drinking
mean-
is like a national pastime.
Oh yeah.
What would Dories be if it's not alcohol, or is it alcohol?
It's not alcohol.
Okay, good. Well, it's
Doritos.
it's a food, I'm sure, because they were saying they're
How
out.
sure are you?
Not sure at all now.
It's hookers.
Hmm.
Pick up some hookers and blow since you're already out.
Well, yeah, they escaped, so we have to go get some new ones. What are Dories?
Cigarette. Smokes.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. I am wrong. Okay. I feel Australia would have a different word for cigarettes other than Dories, because Dories just doesn't sound like a slang. Like, I thought Wingles was going to be the slang, but I guess not. It was pretty. Does it mean to be exy?
Yeah.
I have no idea what exy could be. Does it have more context later on in the sentence, or
Not really.
okay? But I knew it would be the case, and we had Buckley's that anything else would be open. Buckley's is a store, like like a specific chain store, or
No. Right.
okay?
It's in
Right.
Texas, ain't it?
Hold on, I have to yell at somebody in game.
Yeah, you have to yell at me.
Give it back.
Um,
I
yeah, I
don't
have
have it.
literally no idea what that sentence is, by the way.
I have no idea how. All right. So, where were we?
It was pretty
Top
exy,
off
but
at the servo. Servo is basically a service station,
okay.
a gas station.
Hmm.
Pick up some cigarettes because we were out. It's pretty expensive. XE is expensive.
Oh, okay. Okay. But I knew that would be the case.
Had Buckley's chance. Buckley's chance means very, very slim chance.
Oh, okay. So just okay. So it said we just bought him here because we don't think anything else would be open. Okay.
Yeah.
Jumped into the fault sack bed, and the
what
other
sack?
half fault sack,
That's what I thought you said.
and the other half wife, girlfriend, significant other chucked a wobbly. I already know what this was. Pitched a fit. Because I've been out so long. She settled after I showed her my winnings that I cashed out hold.
Crashed out hard. Basically, passed out.
Oh, I crashed. Okay, sorry. That was my my eyes. Woke up next morning with a screamer, a hangover. So I sent the missus on a McDonald's run, a couple of Pandol and a Baroka ladle, and I was good as gold.
Baroka is that like sparkling water or something? What's
Barocas are
Baroka?
basically like a vitamin B tablet
Oh, okay.
that you
I've heard that
dissolve
before.
in water,
Yeah.
and it makes like a fizzy, sort of orangey flavored
Alka-Seltzer,
drink.
kind of, sort of.
Kind of like that, yeah.
That's what a lot of people here do for hangover, though.
Yeah.
Drop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Panadol. Panadol. What would Panadol be? A couple of
It's like Tylenol, pain.
Yep. Pretty much.
Okay. See, I almost thought it was food related, but then with you saying it was a tablet, and yeah. It's not
Vitamin
food.
C tablet and a couple Tylenol is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Pretty
just-
much.
I mean, I don't even drink, so I wouldn't know that. I
Doesn't
don't know
necessarily
the
work.
taking the yeah. Oh, it doesn't really. Is it more of a?
Tylenol and all that really. Best thing you can do is just drink water.
Oh yeah, I know drinking water, but I just didn't know if that helped or not.
It depends on how much of it you take. I mean, if you do it constantly, you can actually hurt your liver because both of those things can attack your liver. You know, if your liver's already hurting from drinking, giving it chemicals is probably not the best idea.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good story. So basically, he was having a night out with the boys.
Had a
after
good
work.
night out with the boys.
Made
Won
some
a bit of
winnings
money.
on a Greyhound and
Had a good meal.
yeah. Okay, that was a pretty good story. I know you said you were trying to think of a story, but this is a pretty good one. Having a night out in town, having some more I won't say average, but like pastime tomes. Like just doing some like things that like people would probably do on some nights off. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a typical Aussie night out, but usually instead of winning on the pokies, you lose.
Like most gambling.
Yep.
I'm back.
Hi.
Welcome
back,
back.
You missed the finishing of the story.
No, I heard it all. I just couldn't talk. I had it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
For some
Well,
reason, Discord was down just for computers.
that's weird.
What if it's
No.
like a different server?
Oh,
Hey,
he came
Blake.
back. We just finished on that.
I don't want to interrupt, Blake. Can you throw that copper bar in this chest?
No, that's fun. I like doing little stories. If you want to do another one in the future, in between your towns, totally welcome. That
I
was
can definitely do something similar, but
some of those tomes, like it made sense, like 'cause they were like, you know, again like rhyming off of like things. Like now I got frog, like toad, like you know I got that.
Yeah.
But
Similarity, like I said, to Cockney rhyming, that starts making it make more sense somewhat. Even though that doesn't like if I said I had a friend that fell down to the apples, you'd be like, what the hell is apples? And her had to go to the it's not called ER, they call it something else, and you'd be like, what is an apples, right? It's stairs, because apples and pears.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's Cockney rhyming slang.
Cockney rhyming slang, man.
It
Oh my
used to be
God.
apples and pears, so they just shortened it to apples, so it's like, it makes absolutely no sense at that point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What would you just didn't say pails? Why would you not include the pails part of that?
That they just don't.
Cockney rhyming slang is absolutely hilarious, and I absolutely love it. Like the frog and toad, the road.
Yeah.
You know, that one's
Hit the
not
frog.
bad.
Hit the frog.
Yeah, but
frog
he's
and
the
toad, hit
frog.
road.
You cut the toad out, so how would you
Yeah.
know it's the road?
Again,
It's the same thing.
that's it.
See,
They use they use the first word instead of the second one.
Yeah.
See, I'm used to saying hitting the can, like I gotta use the restroom. So I thought that's what I was implying, but
Well, the other big one that, like, I mean, obviously, if you've seen Ocean's 11, you know he's in a bit of Barney.
Oh,
I do not remember what Ocean.
is
He's
that
in a
I
bit
don't
of
right?
Barney.
remember that part of it.
Barney,
Barney?
Barney Rubble, Trouble.
Yeah, Trouble. Yeah, that's it. I was trying to remember. I know that one, but I couldn't remember it. Yeah, because that's definitely a
man.
Cockney.
I absolutely love Cockney rhyming slang. It's brilliant. But
Yeah.
okay.
You ever want to hear somebody do it expertly? Michael Caine does it expertly
Yes.
because that's actually where he's from.
hmm
When he started acting, he talks about it like Cockneys were like basically they couldn't get jobs. It was real bad for them.
So
No, not. Okay, sorry.
I'm going to go back to the banknotes, and I'm going to tell you a little story about the way that we actually we basically have nicknames for all of our notes.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for that. Could you call him a pineapple?
So obviously, pineapples, lobbies, cucumbers.
Mm-hmm.
So the $5 note, as you can see,
Great.
has a picture of the Queen on it. So that is referred to as a Lizzie.
Oh, okay.
Elizabeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 10's pretty basic. It's just a tenner.
All right. Okay. Hold on. Why do
Tenner
you
or a
call-
banjo. Tenner or a banjo. The guy on the back of the note there is actually Banjo Patterson, who's a very famous Australian poet.
Okay, well, I get that. Okay, that's fine. Why do you call some things fruit and then some like off of who it is?
Well, the 20s, they're lobsters or a lobby because they're red.
And then yellow's a little.
50s are pineapple because they're yellow.
Don't sound like pineys. No slang for that. Just straight
Nah.
say pineapple.
You just call it like
that the-
I'm
is that
going.
the-
I'm going down the road for smoke, so I'll give you a pineapple. And you just bring me back the change.
Okay, is that the one word you guys just refuse to slang? Is pineapple? It's just a long word that I could sling up, but
It could be
then 100's a cucumber?
because they're green.
I call 'em okay, I guess there's a reason why you probably don't call them a kiwi. Since you quite are literally next to another nation that is known as kiwis, but yeah, I guess cucumber.
Cucumbers are a cuke.
Cute.
That's basically the shortener, a cucumber.
What is your short cucumber but not a pineapple?
Because pineapple just sounds more fun.
Fuck.
I never said that there was any logic behind the words that we
That is true.
shorten or.
Definitely true.
I mean, I can link you a video that you guys would probably find rather funny. Let me see. Where is it?
Would you say leak a video? Or you-
Link.
Oh, okay.
Leak a
I thought you were
video,
about to
yeah.
leak a video of like some like dashboard cam of you of some fight or something.
He's not Grimm's.
What about me?
Is this
He, he,
like
he,
Grimm's
he
cast
likes
there?
to show his. God damn it! What is it called?
Ah, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one.
The his video
Bro,
when he
we was on
drives.
this,
Dash cam?
Dash cam.
Yep.
That was the wrong one. That was
Yeah.
the second one.
I feel like I should.
I've only done it once.
Yeah, but Lone
That's
holds
all
it
it
against
takes.
you from now forever.
Yeah.
And it was a what was it? Shut
Shooting
up.
star.
Shooting star, man. Sorry for my yawn. I couldn't hit my button.
There we go. Click on that link and it'll lead you to quite an amusing video.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it after. So I'm not
Yeah.
sitting here learning slang while just not speaking. But you know, one thing I know someone's very interested in. Well, okay, all of you are probably interested in is WandaVision. So you want to go ahead and do a recap?
Does a
Recap
new
time.
episode come out?
Yeah.
When did
Oh,
the
I
episodes
hope
come out?
Friday.
Friday. Friday.
Which
I know
episode was
that.
that? 6?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, I know this, and I'm not even watching the show. So
listen, I just
I mean,
happened to
that's
look on there and see that it's a new episode. I think I've already watched 6, though. We had plenty of time.
So it was like to try and sort of, without spoiling it, it was the one that was kind of
Oh, hold on.
modeled around Malcolm in the Middle.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, hold on. You guys can talk spoilers. Spoilers for WandaVision if you haven't seen it. Okay, go ahead, talk.
Yeah, well,
So it was like Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, Vision
was-
was trying to escape,
Mm-hmm.
and she had to do some crazy shit.
yeah.
And the son is the one that hurt him. So
Yeah. Like,
So the
Oh,
kids have
kids
the
actually got
powers.
powers now, yeah.
One has
which
her
is
brothers.
because it's like, how is that if they're generated from her? Is she providing them? She's like altering reality, crazy amount of altering reality.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to
Like it's
them to explain how her kid has her brother's powers.
I
Like,
mean,
I don't.
Because
It's
she
like a
is
genetic-
giving. Remember, she could, if she's got something that's happened to her where she can alternate reality, then she can do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if she, yeah, again, one, if she's making it, and then two, there's also like a lot of like superhero shows and stuff, like will they have like genetics play a role into it or something?
Yeah.
It could be like a trait that like whole family gene has, but she just got like a super version of something else.
But I mean,
It's like-
she only got her powers from the scepter, which is basically the Mind Stone anyway.
Yeah, but it could alter her DNA.
True.
I think it would have had to, though, wouldn't it?
I
For
would
her to
think
have
so.
powers, because this isn't. She's not an inhuman. She's. I don't even know what that would be called.
What
I'm just-
I'm even more confused about is the fact that she's able to have kids. Are they just the
That's the question. Who are they?
creation? Like, where did they come from? How have they actually gotten
'Cause
to
he's
where they
dead.
are?
well, the kids
can't
have something to
physically
do
make
with
kids.
Morbius, I think. Because from one thing I was reading, Morbius comes around after the two kids are sacrificed, if I remember right. Well, from what I was reading, I never read any of the Morbius lines, so But the kids
the
have to
thing-
be sacrificed in order for him to come into the picture. But that's one aspect they're leading to.
Well, the thing I was hearing somebody on another podcast talk about was like people were going, "Well, how is this just now happening?" And and the thing to remember is she was snapped away.
Mm-hmm.
So they're wondering if something between losing her brother and all that, and her lover, and all that, if something snapped in her, and then when she was snapped away and came back, something broke in her. And
Well,
it like caused more powers because of what happened to her, or unlocked a part of her power she never knew she had.
Well, a lot of this is all happening after the battle with Thanos and all that.
Yeah,
So what
after
has
the snap
happened
and after they all
since?
return.
Yeah, what has happened since the battle?
They've not really talked about it. Well, you
Yeah.
saw with the girl that works for Sword.
That's
that's-
Captain Marvel. That
Yeah,
kid.
it's the kid that was Captain Marvel's friend's daughter or whatever.
Rambo,
Beauregard
something
or
like that.
Rambo,
Rambo,
that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but you saw how she was snapped and came back.
Yeah, which that's the first time they've really.
Yeah, it's the first they've ever touched on this since it happened.
Well,
What happened
I
to
guess
those people
Homecoming.
and-
They showed video of it,
Yeah,
or not Homecoming. Was it Far From Home?
yeah, Far From
far
Home.
from
Yeah.
home. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they kind of touch on it, but yeah, this is like really getting into for like day-to-day people.
Yeah.
You see how that guy like holds it against her, their boss or whatever? It's like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
like
they're-
they had control.
I mean, there's talk about he's Voltron, so
I didn't know that.
Didn't he get away from the expansion?
Yes, barely.
Yeah.
I think. Didn't he? Yeah.
But
Yeah, he
uh,
did.
What's her name got sucked in?
yeah, the girl from Thor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcy.
That's it.
Yeah. Which I'm curious to see how all that like goes now.
Yeah, the fact that she was able to expand the area of the hex basically to encompass the entirety of that sort of
Yeah.
town was
That's scary.
yeah.
it was
That's the
still
whole
growing,
point. It's like,
wasn't
oh
it?
god, where does this end?
It basically stopped at that point, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it did,
And
but
that's
it's
where
like
the episode
that's
cut
going to
off.
be the fear is where's the end of this? Where, does their power have an end? Can she encapsulate the whole U.S.? You know?
Yeah.
Well, then also, the Rambo girl. They were talking about how it affected her since she's come out of there.
Yeah, what was her DNA or her?
It's something with her
jacked all up?
DNA. It like
You
altered
wanna
it.
know,
Well, yeah, we watched the show. What did they say in the show?
in the
Don't
comics.
tell us
but do you
anything
know
beyond
what-
that. No, I don't.
I do.
Beyond, I don't want to know anything beyond.
Well, I mean, it's in the
show so far.
comics, but
Yeah, I've not read that comic, so it's just like a new experience for me, which is nice.
I am curious if they're gonna bring in any other like major Avengers or known characters, anything like that. Really hope they do.
It would be interesting to see other players in that, but I mean, I guess there's a possibility that you could get one of the guys from the Avengers crew in there to try and calm it down eventually, but how much of an effect is that going to have?
Clint is the only one I could think that might be able to calm her down, because they had that kind of relationship.
Did they?
You know? Yeah, they were closer, because remember he helped with her and her.
Age of
Getting her out
Ultron.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her and her brother and all that stuff. They all had like a. Yeah, Clint's the closest to her.
No, it's very interesting. I am looking forward to seeing what they decide to do this week and how that actually pans out. But
I'm
how
curious
many
to how it's going to start and
episodes-
tie into Doctor Strange.
They might bring
Well,
him in,
in
honestly.
and that.
Hey, by the
who's
way, here's the other
scientist
question.
coming in.
Yeah. So here's the other question I have. So this is all delayed, right? All these episodes being released and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So you think this one was due to be released on like around Halloween?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like the
I think
holidays.
originally, this was supposed to be released around Halloween.
And supposedly from the next, couple episodes are supposed to be longer. Also, like they're going to be almost an hour
I do
long.
know that I hold next 3 hour long.
I have to admit, one of my favorite things they've been doing is changing the aspect ratio to indicate when they're coming out of like each period. That's so
Yeah.
cool to me. It's so like have you noticed that the quality changes too? The quality gets better when they come to the real.
He's talking about like widescreen and full screen.
Yeah.
If anyone.
It's really, and like the video quality gets better. Like they add artificial stuff that would be in there if it was like a 90s sitcom or so, and then they take it out when they go to real, and it's really cool. That little stuff like that makes a big difference.
No, you can tell that they've put a lot of thought into the production value of it as well, which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well deserved. Not like DC. Oh.
Wow. Wow.
Shots fired.
I'm interested. I want to watch it, but I don't have a subscription to the service Disney Plus, so nor do I want to really tell my parents about it because I don't want to pay for another one. So
At least not until.
I know some people have unlimited Verizon gets like first 6 months free if you have unlimited data with Verizon certain plans. They pay for it. Cheeto.
Well, T-Mobile pays for Netflix.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just. To me, it's not that expensive that I have to really worry about it, and there's still a
got
lot of
rid of
shows
my
on there.
I had my CBS All Access, and I got rid of it after I finished The Stand. It's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, once we finished Game of Thrones, we got rid of HBO.
I like my HBO so far. Wonder Woman, Mortal Kombat, what's the other ones coming out on there? The Zack Snyder Justice League.
there was something else that was coming out that I wanted to watch. It was in
yeah,
the same vein of Mortal Kombat. I can't remember.
I'm pretty
But
sure
yeah.
we don't even have a HBO here. Like, we can't even get it.
That sucks.
Huh.
Is it because it's so
speaking about
new? Will it come to you guys eventually? Probably.
Who knows?
Speaking about shows coming out, what about Pacific Rim?
They're coming out with
Is
another
the
one.
show?
Is that a show? Or a movie?
Netflix picked up Pacific Rim for a TV series.
Netflix can go either way, honestly. They have some
Really
really
bad.
good ones and then some really bad ones. So
And before bad, yeah, I don't have any high expectations for Netflix specific room. Sorry.
what?
They did really good on The Witcher also.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, The
that's
Witcher was absolutely amazing.
The
But, I
Witcher's.
mean,
Oh, sorry.
Pacific Rim is basically. It is. I can see it turning into like a Power Rangers thing, which is going to be very, very bad.
Whoa, don't diss on Power Rangers.
Like the most recent Power Rangers movie was not bad. I don't.
I have
that
not.
was
I have not
actually
seen
really
it.
good.
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
bad.
it was decent.
Whoa, hold
But
on,
when
hold
you
on.
think about the original Power Rangers series, like it was basically just adapted from a
Well, I mean,
Japanese style show
Mhm.
that they
Sentai.
just created new characters for anyway.
Well,
yes, Sentai, yes.
hold on. So Two Fresh has actually watched the movie.
Yes, I've watched quite a few movies.
Dun, dun,
He just
dun.
doesn't like them.
hmm
He watches them. He watches them in disgust the whole time.
I don't watch them in one sitting.
Well, Netflix has done some really good shows. Witcher's one, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
I've actually watched the cartoon. I didn't know if it would be good as the cartoon was.
It's different in a way. It's more adult. Not that way, Tris. Although, I mean, there's a few times. Another one is I think it's called Fate.
Yeah, I'm watching that one right now.
Yeah, that was
Apparently
I
a
like
big
that one a lot.
It's not going to be popular in this group, but it's big on Netflix right now. Is Bridgerton.
My
I
girlfriend's
hear
actually
people
watching
talk
that.
about it.
There's a lot of sex.
Yeah.
And
It's like Victorian era. Yeah.
yeah.
Do they have cars, or is it all horse? And buggy?
I think it's buggy, or
Okay, so it's
the
a
horse.
pre-Victorian area, I guess. Then.
They had cars in
Would that
Victoria.
be
Oh yeah,
pre-Victorian?
did they?
Yeah, they had horse and
Cars
buggy
came
still in
out in the
Victoria era, but they were
19
still somewhat common.
Or 1890s.
Is that Victorian era, Blake?
Why are you asking me?
I don't know. I think you know. You're the closest accent we have to an English accent, so you have to answer.
Wow.
No, I think it's pre-Victorian era. They don't wear wigs, so we know that indicates something. The air. So it's somewhere between the 1700s and the 1800s.
I honestly can't remember what we're talking about.
Netflix Edgerton, I think is what it's called.
Bridgerton.
Oh.
Bridgerton. That's it.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
I just hear people talk about it, they love it. So Netflix can do stuff every once in a while. I think they're like any other. This is going to become the norm, is streaming service producing content and having to figure out which one's got the best one going right now. This is the norm. Maybe
Do
On
they?
average, Netflix. Yes.
I mean,
Amazon
Hulu has a
for
few
me,
good
has
ones,
had a
too.
couple- Amazon's
Well-
had a couple decent ones, but yeah, very
Well,
rarely.
Amazon's has highs, but like they don't have enough highs.
Oh my god.
Like they've only
Yeah.
had one show that I've watched that I liked was The Boys. And that's
Yeah.
it.
The Expanse. They picked up
The Expanse is pretty good. And then I like the Grand Tour because I watch Top Gear, so.
And then speaking of The Boys, the next season's gonna be darker. It's like, man.
How? I mean, it's already dope. What do you mean? What are you gonna,
What was
gonna,
the? I was
we're
trying,
gonna go
trying to remember the word.
How
that they
dope we going?
described it as.
Triple X rated? What? It's the only way a show can get docal.
Well, I know the new Stranger Things is supposed to be darker this season, but like the
Wait, Stranger
the
Things?
heroism. I can't remember the word they described the new The Boys about for next season.
I just like it how they've said, yeah, it's gonna get docal. It's gonna get like wolves. I'm like, wait, it's already wolves. What do you mean? it's already like pretty like adult content. I don't know how it's gonna get wolf. I mean, it can get wolves if they if they actually perform these events in real life.
Seriously, the opening sequence of the first season where the chick gets run through,
Yeah.
that was pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know how this can get. Well, I mean, I think also Homelander lasering that crowd was the most shocking to me.
The
For a
crowd?
second, I thought it happened. Crowd.
Crowd.
The plane crash in the first season. That was like, with the kid and all that. That was intense.
Oh yeah, Ray. Have you even finished it yet?
No, I finished the first season.
Okay,
Oh,
let's talk
well.
about it.
It's on my list.
Anyway, I don't know how that can get docal, but
But that reminded
that's the
me.
only Amazon show. Oh, Coming to America 2, that movie. I'm probably will watch out for that.
Yeah. But that reminded me, Amazon did a show, I just saw it recently. I've actually heard about it before now. It's Richard Hammond from Top Gear and Tori Belleci from Mythbusters, and they're on an island. And I was like, that could be interesting.
I'm
I
glad
tried
you
to
told me
watch
about
that.
this. That sounds
I
good.
tried to watch the first episode, and I don't know if parts of it are filmed with some guy's phone or something. And then the storyline is so bad, and it's just like, it's so, I hate it. It's one of those ones where I wanted to like it. I tried really hard to like it, because I like both of those people, generally.
You see in the credits filmed on the iPhone like 10.
Yeah,
or whatever.
it's just like, it's like parts of it, like there's like cutscenes and stuff, and you're just like, "Ooh, what is this? How much was paid for this? Is this a college project or
You'd
something?"
actually be surprised how well those phones can actually record.
Yeah, but this looks like it's filmed on iPhone 1. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. So it's just like
It's not good.
144p, like crispy.
You'll have. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, I don't know, like security. I don't know what the hell. Maybe that's intentional. Whatever, because the
I'm
way
pretty
it's
sure
like
it is
in-
intentional. I have
like
watched
it-
the whole thing.
Yeah, it's
was-
like an interrogation room kind of thing. I
yeah,
hate
it was
that.
average at best. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh.
couldn't get through the first episode. I was like, it's just so.
What are we talking about?
What's it
The
called?
Greatest Escapists.
Yeah, that's it. It's the guy Tori Belleci from Mythbusters and Richard Hammond from Top Gear and Grand Tour.
Never seen it.
So, not to go off subject, but bring up the
Okay.
subject from last week.
I think it's good to switch.
We got our first Mach-E pen at work. Actually, 2 of them.
Oh, that's
Like
the
Ford
Mustang electric.
Oh, the car. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Looks pretty good in person. Didn't like it when I saw it in pictures. Still don't agree with the name, but
Yeah, it's kind of a very jokey kind of name.
yeah, I think it's kind of a disgrace. But the big news of this week, what was it? Jaguar said by 2025 they're gonna go all electric, or 2030. I think it was 2025.
I know 2035 is for Chevy and Ford to go all their light duty fully electric. It's coming. I think work trucks will probably stay like gas for a while, but at a certain point it'll catch up.
F-150's already becoming electric.
Oh shit, F-150 had that EcoBoost for the longest time, where you could
Oh,
it
they
would
still
kind of
do.
switch between a 4 and an 8 or whatever, depending on what gas was needed.
No, that's Chevy.
Is that Chevy?
Yeah, Chevy does that. Ford doesn't.
Yeah. But Ford had something similar, didn't they? Or Strict
Eco
said? Or,
Boost turns off the engine when you stop at a light.
Yeah, that's
well,
all.
that's start-stop system. Yeah, that's something
Yeah,
different.
my,
EcoBoost does something else.
God, my
EcoBoost
dad,
is just turboed them.
my dad's call, the old one. Okay, well, old as in like it was like a new call, but he had it for like 2-3 years on the lease. That he had that, and that was really interesting when you need to like start going on light and it's just still off, and it takes a second to kick on.
Yeah, to me that it sounds very bad for the engine.
It's not. It's not anymore.
It's not bad for the engine. It's yes, your starter's going to be used more, but I mean it's supposed to. You know, you're not making much emissions.
Yeah.
I think
It's your car uses more gas stop than it does. You waste more gas stop than you do driving.
I think it's just funny. I think it's just bad for the user. Just like having to sit down and wait and then have it kick back on.
I can tell you with my Subaru,
All you gotta
does
do
it,
is
and
let off
there's
the
no
brake pedal.
delay. Yeah, as soon as I let off the brake, it starts.
It just took a while. But, I mean,
and every new car
I
I've
know,
had
it
in the
wasn't a
last
bad-
2
it
or 3
wasn't-
years.
I'm not saying it's a complete negative. I'm just saying it was just like
Well, it's fully electric. You won't notice it because there will
Well, yeah.
be
well, yes, but it was not an electric call.
No, that's how they get around the emission guidelines. A lot of these cars is they put that start stop and it helps them because it makes their average miles per hour gallon go down.
Let's put it
Because
this
like
way,
I said,
I don't have a. I mean, I do have a call, but it's like an older family call. Okay, it's not even an old call. It's only like a 2012, 13, or something. Even then, I don't think it's that old. But it's a good call. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have it for a while, and so by the time I actually probably get a call by myself, I probably will get an electric call. But I'm probably gonna get a Tesla, if anything, if I have the money, if I can afford it.
it will Tesla will probably be the first really affordable electric car because he's been pushing a long time
I just
to
like
get that.
I like a lot of the interior, and the big thing for me right now is my height. So I really don't like like those some calls. Well, they're like on the ground, and it's painful to get in and out. So the
So
biggest thing is how comfortable I am inside of the call is gonna make or break calls for me.
I
Hasn't
saw
Ford offered a plug-in hybrid for a while now too.
You said Ford?
Yeah,
Yeah. They've
I
had
think
the
on a lot of their
Fusion.
models they have a plug-in hybrid. There's some SUVs
D-Max.
that have plug-in hybrids.
There's only
That's a
two
lot of
that
the
are
car
plug-in.
manufacturers.
The
The
one I
Ford, there's
know.
only 2.
What
Yeah.
about? There's also one that they discontinued, the C-Max. That was also plug-in. I only know that because my mom has it.
Yeah, Chevy discontinued the. Did they discontinue the Volt? That was a failed thing. They tried. Didn't quite
no.
work.
No, I think they just redesigned it, didn't they?
I think so. But yeah, there was issues with it. But yeah, it's just teeth breaking. And I'm sure when some guy came out with the, when automobiles started, there was a race between electric, steam, and gas just happened to win. Because Steam, first off, most cars are made mostly of wood, so you could, you know, lose your car overnight because you had to leave a boiler going. Your pilot light would light your whole fucking car on fire.
Wake up, turn on the car, and it just slowly
Plus-
just bones.
Well, there
Steam
wouldn't
could,
be a
like-
car you would wake up to.
Yeah, Steam can be really powerful. Jay Leno's got a few of them, and like I said, his Baker Electric is from like, what, the 1800s or so. So that was something. So
Our
It's
dog is
just-
special. Sorry. had to
yeah, I
interrupt.
know. I saw him running into crap up there. He's an idiot. That's why his name's Bert. Just had to fuss at mine. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see where it goes from here. I just want to see.
Well, that's actually a good little mini topic to bring up. I think we have time for one more. So, would you guys rather talk about? You guys want to talk about space, or would you rather talk about the other topic we had?
I guess space, since it's the most relevant right now.
All right.
We landed on Mars again.
Yay!
Yay!
Really happy about it.
The 7 minutes of terror. I want to see the video from it. I can't wait till that comes in.
I saw something. Somebody posted something. Is it video from when they're actually driving around, or was it the landing?
That shouldn't. Did the video already come in from the landing?
I saw something on Twitter. I don't know. If
I
it
mean, there
the
was
video.
pictures. You know, the first pictures already came in.
Yeah.
But I think they had like 19 cameras that were recording on the way down, and like a couple microphones. So they actually got like the actual landing of it and
Was
that.
the microphones only?
Yeah,
That's what I
I'd say.
imagine the microphone here.
You want to heal the ground as as with the one crashing down on it. Get the ground's POV of it.
I mean, you're gonna hear like the burn, like the plasma and that, but it's mostly like when it lands, what it sounds going to sound like, because different atmospheres actually produce different sounds, like the distance.
Sorry, I had this thing where it landed, and you hear, "Hey, buddy." Like, so that's what an alien would sound like. How you doing, buddy? Like a Canadian or something?
Is he gonna sound like a he's gonna sound Australian.
Yeah.
Oh, good day, mate. How you going?
People in NASA would be like, "God damn."
Fuck.
There's actually, I would say, a lot of people down in like,
Bring it back.
NASA over there, because like one of the relay stations they actually pick up is in Melbourne, I think. Blake, do you know?
Yeah.
There's one out in Western New South Wales, Parks.
They had to
Quite a
scatter
big,
them around the world.
installation there.
There's actually
Yeah.
only 3 sites: California, Spain, and then Australia.
That's kind of like scattered. Russia probably wasn't a fan of us putting one there. Just saying. Or China.
Well, supposedly they're teaming up for a moon base.
That
Both
should
of
be
them.
fun.
Can't
That's
wait
where
for.
Yeah, that's where they'll send all their dissidents.
I can't wait for 10 years for there will be a moon base war because Russia and China fight over it.
No, that will become the new Australia.
We just is that will they
Let's send
send
all the
all
prisoners
the
there.
prisoners in spacesuits so they just get a better life? You know, I had a really bad thing to say, but I'm not gonna say it on podcast. But yeah, I honestly, if they had like, I don't want to say sign-ups, but like if they were starting to actually try to put colonists and stuff anywhere, I would apply.
So it's, let's say, what is the travel time?
7 months at the shortest.
Yeah.
It's not
How long
bad.
is this?
Or to the
Year
moon.
and a half as
Mars. I assume is what
yeah, to Mars.
Trace talking
How?
And then-
it's only a
Then
few days. to
everything
the
will
moon.
be hard. That's the
It's
thing to remember.
3 days to the moon, if I remember right.
It's not bad.
Is it? Yeah, it's not. Is it still 3 days? Or is that Apollo numbers?
No, it's still 3 days, I think.
not saying that it's gotten closer, that we've gotten. I'm saying we've gotten faster. I didn't say the moon. I didn't mean it sounded like I was saying the moon's getting closer.
Faster.
Moon's actually
I mean,
got
eventually
further.
we'll start picking up speed. So
Just we hit the gas button and we just get like straight into the moon.
So it's 7 months, but then how long before like you get there, and then before the next smallest window is like so many years, isn't it?
2
Before
years.
you can come. Yeah.
I mean,
So
you can come
you're-
back at any time. The
But it's
longest
just gonna-
point is 1.5 years it takes
Yeah.
to get there.
But it's just gonna take long.
Yeah, because what you're actually doing, you're actually, you're jumping off at a point that it's going to hit. If you
Yeah.
want to think
It's-
about that way.
You're trying to lead the target.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
flying straight
You
at
gotta,
it.
Yeah.
you gotta predict when it is going to be closest, when you're going to hit it to us. That's not opposite where it's on the other side from us. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. It's like I said, life would be, it would be hard for the first few people there.
Could you guys do space? You think?
Oh, I definitely could.
I
Okay.
could do space. I mean, I'd go up and like if they had a space station or something like that, do like a little bit of touristy space. I don't know if I would want to be a colonizer.
And then at least I know, I don't know if it's still true, but you can't go if you don't have 20/20 vision.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
You're-
I mean,
I think it's changed.
I'm sure that's just going to be just for NASA. You're talking. I mean, you got your first
True.
private crew going up here, and
And
Uh,
that's carryover from the military with fighter pilots and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's what
but-
that is.
There's another thing I also learned. I think I already said this once, but I'm not sure if it was on the podcast. But none of the astronauts that have gone to the moon and that come back with 20/20 vision.
Yeah, your eyesight degrades in space.
Yep, because your eyes need gravity for the liquid to drain out of it. A lot of astronauts come back with glaucoma.
Oh,
So smoke pot. I mean, what?
And if you're wondering how I know this, it's 'cause I watched a
and
YouTube where the-
demonetized.
can I just vape in my
And
my,
can you just
my
pump it
helmet.
right in the suit?
just pump it straight through my my vape tube? You just carry around
Your-
another
your- your
apparatus
vape
that has
tube.
straws weed, and you just vape the weed into the helmet, and it just sucks out the other side and goes out in the out space, so that we can get the aliens high as well.
Jesus. Is that your
Okay,
defense weapon?
How long do we get meet aliens, and then somehow we convince one of them to try weed? You think it's ever gonna happen?
Immediately.
Well, we need
Depends on if
the
they've ever seen Cheech and Chong.
politicians and military to smoke weed before they meet meet with them. Because we're idiots.
I vote for Snoop as the first
Candid.
interplanetary ambassador.
He does everything
Oh,
else.
my
Might as well do that.
Okay,
I
I really
can't-
don't want to
Snoop
get
Dogg
political.
and Martha Stewart.
Something just came up to my head, or came in my head, and I really don't want. We try to stick away from politics, but this question's for Grims.
Oh God.
What do you think about Ted Cruz leaving Texas to go down to Mexico during
On
this
a
whole entire
vacation.
situation?
Honestly, him as a senator, it doesn't bother me. Do what he does, or do you? It's the governors and the mayors that are responsible for the state matters.
Well, when did he leave exactly? Because if he left before then,
Like yesterday, Wednesday? Yeah,
He,
yesterday.
he was only in Cancun for 16 hours before he decided to come back.
Yeah, which I think that was more of
Oh,
a publicity thing.
He
Everyone
did
was hating on
decide,
him.
yeah.
he
Yeah.
already left like as this was going on. Okay.
The fear for him is even the leader of the Republican Party in Texas was like, well, that's up to him. In other words, I'm not defending him. He's on his
Well,
own.
When it could be in a planned, it's already planned trip.
In
so
the
when it,
pandemic.
like, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's a smart move, right? I'm just saying it's something that he's already done. But two, yeah, it's like a local issue. Like, the formal mail that basically told everyone to fuck off. That one was real cool. Did you ever
Calling
guys
everybody weak.
Yeah, cold week if you can't go get power right now.
And then the Texas Power
I think-
thing posting that thing where it's like, turn off all those extra appliances you got during the pandemic. It's like, what? Fuck you. Do your job.
I think that's more atrocious. Again, he's a senator. He's not like involved with all of these small issues. He's more like he's sent to go to DC for like big issues and stuff like that.
I think it's a PR disaster eventually.
I think
That's what-
I think it's just a very dumb thing that he shouldn't have gone on for, and so now he's just gonna look bad.
And
But
then blame it on his daughter.
I'm not going
Yeah.
to super like grill him for it, but I think it's just they should have known better. His team should have just been like, "Hey, Mr. Cruz, you know, we should have just not done this. We should just not go." But you know, it
But-
happened. So
I don't know. To me, it doesn't bother me. Like, okay, you want to get your family out of here? Okay. Although I'm sure he had power.
if the Sentinels that just got elected did something like that, my family would be the first ones to be like, why did they leave? So I honestly I understand, but I also
Yeah.
realize that they would have literally nothing to do with it. But on the same boat, also be like, hey, they probably should have not just done that. But
I wouldn't mind if he left to go, for me personally, if he left to go to like DC or something to try and get more help, that would make more sense. You know what I mean?
Well,
To
if he just
lobby
went-
for more help.
honestly,
but,
if you just went anywhere that was just not vacationing,
yeah.
like anything,
Or I'm
anything-
going over to Arizona to try and see if they can help us, or something like that. You can,
Yeah, if it was
regardless of what your power is, he could go somewhere else to ask for,
If it was literally anything other than like international, it would have been fine. But he went to Cancun, a place that historically is vacation.
Yeah.
So that's the fuck up. Is if he literally went anywhere else in the in the U.S. just
Mhm.
not international, just anywhere in the
Yeah.
U.S. I think he would have been labeled fine.
I mean, hell, he could have gone to Florida.
Goddamn, he could have gone to DC. I'm sure he's got a house in DC.
I mean, don't Sentinels always have like something there on DC? At
They
least
usually
like,
have a
apartment.
residence there because
Yeah.
they have to spend a part of the year there. Yeah.
Yeah, so they usually have like a something though, because they have offices that they, walk in. But yeah, I think it's just a bad move, but I don't think it's like super negative. Like,
Especially
again,
for somebody that's
male.
planning probably going to run for president. That's the thing he's got to remember is all this
I
stuff
don't
will
think
be.
Cruz is gonna run for president. I don't think I think he knows he's not gonna do that. I think he's more worried about keeping Senate seats and stuff like that.
So
Yeah,
I would
that's the
be.
theory is that he'll be running.
I'd like to know if he used, or paid for the trip using whatever they have to pay for their travel. I guess like tax dollars, or did he pay with his own money?
I mean, he probably does probably a postal trip.
Either way.
I'm gonna be honest, because it's Cancun.
Well,
so I don't know if
rules
they
for
can
that
pay
are
it.
so loose. It's kind of alarming. Some of the stuff that you can like, they'll use like campaign funds to do stuff like that sometimes, and it's perfectly legal.
Perfectly illegal.
I'm not saying it's right. It's just legal. Lobbying is legal in this country, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just one of those weird things, like wrong place, wrong time, but you should have known better.
Like I said, to me, it doesn't bother me. I mean, anyone here would have wanted to get the fuck out of here.
No.
Yeah, but
So, I
Just
mean-
had the money
Most
and
people
power
are
to do it. So.
public servants for that state at the end of the day is what I think is what drives people crazy about that. Is that
Yeah.
people would want to get out of there, but they're not elected officials either.
But they're
Regardless of his
also
power or anything.
they're also people too, so
Yeah.
with their own families to worry about also.
It just looks bad because he's not going down with the ship like a captain. But again, it's just those many details that'll.
To me, that concept has always been dumb. Like, take out your senior leadership to survive, or
Well, it's not a terrorist attack we're talking about here. It's
yeah.
this is comparing apples to oranges. You two,
I
what
think
you're
it-
doing here.
I know. I think he was just more talking on the ship thing, which, by the way, there was a really good video on what was the was that ship name that went ashore in Italy? The
Costa Concordia.
Costa Concordia. Yeah,
I was gonna say
that
Love Boat, but
it
only a
was.
few of us will get that.
I know what the love boat is.
Yeah.
Lone, how old do you think me and Blake are? We're not that old. We know what it is, but I doubt either one of us watched it.
But
Well, I haven't watched it either, but I'm sure some of them don't know what it is.
but the whole story of the Casa de Claudia is just great. It's just how does this guy get to where he was, the captain? You guys know about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one that it fell on that side because he got too close because he wanted to wave to somebody.
No, he wanted to do the sail by salute as well. Ships will go by cities and honk the horn, which I'm sure the locals just love. But yeah, they got too close. A fun fact I didn't know about it: the guy who was actually stealing the ship, who was like some small like official, didn't speak English or Italian. He was Indonesian, I believe. Was he? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was.
It's not uncommon in those sorts of ships as well, either though.
Well, yeah. The thing is, he also had no prior experience to anything like sea wise. He was like, he did like some odd jobs and like random things.
So he didn't know the rules of the sea, of
No,
maritime travel.
That was literally his first time driving a ship.
That. So
It was
out on the
literally his
open
first
water, I don't think it'd be that bad. But once you start getting into, especially like the channels and stuff, going to the harbors and stuff, I'm pretty sure. Well, they actually hire people to go out to the ships to do that part. But out at sea, it probably wouldn't be too bad. But once they were pretty close to land,
Yeah,
and that shouldn't have happened.
Also,
Why was the tug not pulling them that close to land?
They don't need a
thing-
tug.
The thing was
Because they're smarter.
There was also the captain was trying to do a maneuver that was getting so close that there was like a record breaking how close they were going to be.
Not that they need a tug too, is that most of the time when ship's that big, it's for safety's sake, it's better to have a tug to kind of, because they can exert more control.
Yeah, they can turn and stuff a lot more.
Because a tug is basically
precision.
an engine on a boat, a
Yes,
giant
except-
engine.
I know how cruise ships work, and they can go directly diagonal. They don't need a turn.
Yes, but in channels and stuff, they do it because the turns can be so tight, and it's
And the
also
majority of the
for
time in those sorts of areas as well, they should have a pilot on board, which
yeah, that's who
Well,
they.
The harbor master will dictate if they use a tug or not too. The harbor master might say, "No, your ass is using. I don't care what you think. Here's a tug."
So also
yeah.
they were in a. I don't. What country was this? Do you remember?
It was Italy.
Yeah.
So they may
were
have
off
different.
They were off the island, not off of Italy. Yes.
Yeah, they may have different like rules on that. I know the United States has those rules, and probably Australia too. But
Well, the fun fact, you said Harbor Master. The fun fact, the Harbor Master was actually goes down in history because he was because the captain was like on a phone call with him, and then the captain hung up, and then he personally called his personal cell phone instead of like the ship one, and like just kept on ripping into him for 20 minutes because he knew something was wrong, but the captain wouldn't say anything. And he said something along the lines of like, what was this saying? It was like, get back, because the captain fled the boat as it was like sinking, and he basically told him like to get back on board, you motherfucker, or something like that. Oh no, bastard. Yeah, get back to the ship, bastard. But he actually, that harbor master, he a few years like later, he got sent to do admin duties because his higher up didn't like all the press he was getting because he kind of turned into like an Italian hero. And then he left after shortly getting sent to admin and became a politician and is still in office. And he's like a big thing for a lot of the Italian people because he actually is not like a career politician. He actually cares about like shit, which is weird saying. Because you feel like most politicians should care about people who
sorry.
I like that should.
Yeah, politicians
But,
these days just want to line their pockets. So
But yeah, I think if you guys are good in that, but there's a good video link if anyone's interested on that, but in a entertaining medium. But I think we should wrap up there. It's been a pretty good episode. We have a lot of different topics we talked about. But
Good podcast.
yeah, a little good one. I like to. I think all the topics were pretty good this week. Though some I just don't really have any input or anything. But this was a good one for me. I like this one a lot. I hope you guys, all viewers here, if you're watching live, or if you're gonna be watching on YouTube, I hope you guys enjoy this. This is episode 7 of the Sons of Bananas podcast.
Hi, I'm Wolf.
We're signing off. We'll see you guys next week for episode 8.
Podcast.
yay!
Bye.
Discord breaking.
As Discord does.
Mhm.